Dear viewers, it is time for the finals of this Paddling Pool 207. I am Pat, still with Spy. How are you, Spy?
I'm doing really good, and just for the update, I'm not the annoying child anymore. I've accepted that, okay?
Okay, good. We're glad that you're growing up.
Yeah, and we actually have Zones Flounder Heights. I love this because it's Flounder Heights. That's it.
I mean, it's a map where nothing could happen for 4 minutes, and then one team gets control of top mid, and they KO.
I mean, I still love Flounder. I don't know, it's just kind of nostalgic, and the map design is just really great, just like Splatoon 1. I love it.
Yeah, it's a cool map, giving lots of different options, really mixing up the game, very different from the rest of the maps. And well, we didn't introduce our teams. We have Squidding Good and White Noise, that you guys already know if you've seen the semifinals.
White Noise has been really good in this, especially in that one Brine Water Zones map against Ace Tenchi, where they got 1 point. Ace Tenchi only had 1 point left, and then White Noise made the White Noise sweep. So I mean, I don't think I've ever seen White Noise in the finale or something. I mean, maybe I'm just not up to date, or I haven't been doing Block 2 enough. But I don't really know that much about White Noise, sadly.
Well, Squidding Good, they are regulars of finals for sure, and they are opening strong with Gecko, with the Carbon already getting 2 picks.
I mean, Carbon is so strong on this map. There are flanks in this, and there's a lot of height included, and these kind of ledges are just perfect for any Carbon player. I mean, I feel like the only problem that would come with this is the height, but I feel like that's something the Carbon could overcome too. And as we speak, Squidding Good actually has the lead with 90, but it's rather neutral right now because no one really has control of anything.
Yeah. As long as you don't manage to wipe the enemy team away from top mid, it's going to be very back and forth, especially because you have these 2 zones of each side of the grid. It's so hard to control both, but right now Squidding Good, well, they are in control of top mid.
And yeah, that's again really great for them, and that C-Jet actually uses its Inkstorm, which in combination with the other specials is actually great. And that crab kill with the ball form, that's kind of savage. I love that.
Yeah, and White Noise, they managed to take their zone, but until they manage to retake Squidding Good's zone, they won't apply any penalty, and Squidding Good would be threatening to score more points, and they do.
And that's just kind of the typical Squidding, which is kind of trying to get the zone really quickly, but also just kind of trying to, I don't know, kind of stale the match or something, I don't know. And right now, White Noise actually got the lead, not the lead, actually got the zones, so Squidding Good has some penalty to work off.
Yeah, and April with the crab tank from up there, managing to really slow things down, make sure Squidding Good has no option for some time. White Noise, they could get the lead there if they go through that trigger strike.
I mean, White Noise actually seems to be really close to the lead right now, but Squidding Good seems to be holding up really well because they do have some specials like the Trizuka from the Carbon. But the Tetris actually get the Carbon in the midst of their special, so that's really sad for them. And right now, White Noise actually seems to be getting the control of the zone back right now, so they actually will be getting the lead.
That's the lead for White Noise, and that's the problem of this match. Even of this map, even if you push, even if you manage to move the enemy out, unless you get these 2 zones, you only bought yourself time, but you really didn't get any points and didn't stop the enemy from scoring. And that could be it for White Noise.
Yeah, especially because there are 2 people down right now, and the only one that's really able to do right now anything is the junior, but as we saw, that was not really possible in this, and with that, the first point actually goes to White Noise.
Yes, and we will see Squidding Good's counter pick very soon. Great game by both teams. It was just like really 2 pushes once like dominance at the top of the map was established. It's so hard to really flip that dominance.
Yeah.
As long as you can keep it, and White Nose kept it for enough time. Like they survived the push, kept the zone, didn't get penalty, they win.
Yeah, it's basically... I mean, there are flaws with Flounder, but I'm not gonna stop loving this map just because for what it is. I don't know, I just always have this love for Flounder, except for Clamlets.
You have to love things with their flaws. You have to see its flaws and still love it.
Yeah.
And right now, Squidding Good, they need counter. They are still discussing what that counter will be. What should it be, to be honest? I don't know.
Not Hammerhead.
Because you don't like it?
Yeah, I have an urge against Hammerhead. It's my least favorite map of the entire game. Even worse than Mincemeat. At least in my opinion. I don't know, it's just so mediocre, especially after the Hammerhead we had in Splatoon 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of sad to see such a good stage be turned into a hallway.
And we will be going to Rainmaker on Undertow Spillway. Kind of a classic of Rainmaker.
I mean, yeah, Rainmaker Undertow is actually pretty solid. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's like the only mode that's really viable for Undertow. Better than Mincemeat though.
And we are going, let's see how teams are going to adapt to this different map mode. And we see a Kraken with a 96 on the side of Squidding Good. Meanwhile, White Noise, I think they're pretty much the same as they were before.
Yeah, I mean, Squidding Good. Yeah, they do have the 96 deco.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, everything's the same. Also, I think that wasn't the June, that was actually V-Shot in the last game.
Oh, maybe.
It doesn't matter.
Big by the Kraken to open right now. Squidding Good, cleaning up, making sure there's no one staying on their side of the map so they can attack safely.
And actually 2 people are down on the side of Squidding Good. So that's kind of holding them back from getting a really good push right now, because while White Noise still seems to be collecting themselves on like the right side of the map and the left side, Squidding Good still doesn't really have a good opportunity to push in right now because there are specials holding them back. The rain is really obnoxious and kind of annoying for the Rainmaker especially. And the Crab Tank is also just really getting some good displacement and holding them back from getting any points with the Rainmaker, as we see here.
Squidding Good, they grabbed the Rainmaker a bit too soon, and then they spent way too much time hesitating what to do, and then that left the time for White Noise to re-establish a defense, get the picks, and punish that very hard. But Squidding Good, they are back at it, and now they're not wasting any time. They're gonna get that checkpoint.
Yeah, and just like that, they got a really strong lead off the beginning, and they're only 60 points off. While they may seem like a lot, it's actually not that much, I think. I mean, it's quite hard to actually get into the zone because of that unpaintable, area. But the distance itself is not that big. So I feel like Squidding could actually win this if they are not being overrun by white noise, which is kind of likely. No, I don't know. It's all up for nothing, so anything could happen. I'm not even gonna pretend like I know what's gonna happen in this because I'm not able to predict something.
Right now, Squidding Good trying to get a piece of that Rainmaker with a Kraken, but the Kraken really pushed away with the use of the ledge.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of uses for Kraken, while it does seem to be kind of focusing on the strings it has, like a lot of damage, a lot of object damage, little to no knockback. Oh, they actually got the checkpoint.
Yeah, nice.
Let's not talk about
sneak
Kraken
play.
anymore. And now they're going to be off for the counter push. Like Squidding Good actually tries to get more of the lead because it's only 1 point off again. This seems kind of familiar, right?
And as a 3 versus 1, Squidding Good really able to get some points there going to the uninkable. And that's a 21 mark. Very good score with 1 minute and a half before the end of the game.
Yeah, like you said, really strong push, and right now anything, everything they have to do is just kind of stall the match. Or they're gonna do the Kraken move and just pick the Rainmaker and get it over the unpaintable. Of course, that's also why Kraken is kind of busted in the first place.
I mean, that's 5 extra points. We take those. That's worth a special.
Yeah, definitely.
And with 1 minute left, white noise, they are done with a checkpoint and they can be very happy with that, but they need a big push and they need it now.
I mean, while there are only 40 seconds left, I feel like that the Tetras getting some distraction could really be something that they're looking forward to, because as we know, Tetras are a really strong main weapon, honestly, with a lot of opportunities to distract and get picks. While that didn't really seem to be working out for White Noise in this, it was kind of sad because the Tetras did have their special, so they could have used it, but I feel like it would also be risky because there were a lot of players involved in this. And the Rainmaker actually gets one pick, but is being taken down by the Tri-Strike. It's a 1v1, but it actually seems like, yeah, the Kraken move, and they don't get the... Oh.
Yes.
It was just sliding down the grates.
Like, that was great Rainmaker movement, but too little too late. That could have been a great push if the end of time did not activate, unfortunately. But that's game 2 going in favor of Squidding Good.
Let's see what the next match is going to be. I mean, this is a counter pick, so we don't know which map is going to be picked yet. But I feel like there's a lot of Undertow in this. I mean, if it's popular, I feel like it was always a rather unpopular map just because, I mean, it's not really a Tetris block, but it's still kind of linear, so I guess that's why people hate it.
I don't know, I feel like this map has lots of options once you're out of mid. In mid, like the map is way too cramped.
Yeah. They would kind of have to rework mid, I think. Or maybe add like this one flank on the left, like on the snipe. So I feel like that, it would be a really solid map.
Yep. And we've seen this before. We are going back to Hagglefish Market for Splat Zones. I mean, it's a classic.
Right? Yeah.
It's the classic.
It's just kind of a Splat Zones map that you can always play because I feel like it's also one of the more popular zones maps, as it has flanks, and while it also is kind of linear, it still kind of benefits from these flanks, and overall it's a great zones map in my opinion.
And White Noise, no change of comp. Squidding Good sticking with the 96 for Porky. And still no crab tank on the side of Squidding Good.
They want to separate themselves from the meta. I like it. No, but they actually have some meta picks. I mean, they have Spatana Stamper and 96 Deco, which are really strong meta picks. So I'm not even gonna pretend like this doesn't kind of revolve about the meta.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, Squidding Good is actually really doing a great job even without a crab tank. I mean, they got some good lead right now with 60, and they're kind of just suppressing the other team by keeping them in their base. And they just kind of, like, White Noise just kind of has to hope to get some special value with these two crabs. And, I mean, it's really not that hard to get any value with crab, so that could really set up a push for them, but I feel like these crabs were not enough, as we see, because, yeah, it's down to 17 for Squidding Good, so they still have a really good lead, and it doesn't seem like this would be changing in a while, because Squidding Good actually has a Kraken.
But nice take of a control. White Noise staying in the game, but right now it's just pan and cook with the jet. They need to regroup with their team, and Squidding Good. Now they have a huge penalty that White Noise managed to apply on them.
I mean, even if they would not be able to kind of work off their penalty, they just kind of have to stall and defend, which is easier said than done because there's still 3 minutes left on the clock. So they just kind of have to focus on not giving up the zone and just kind of protecting everything. And oh my god, I feel like for Trizuka this is such a bad update just because of the pole. Pole season, come on.
Looks like the Trizuka didn't mind the pole that much, it got a pick.
It's still a pole. Oh, and that's Watana Stamper getting 1 pick and is actually being camped by the Splash-O-Matic, but the Splash-O-Matic goes down mysteriously. It was magic, okay?
And right now it's just the jet on the side of White Noise. Squidding Good back with a huge penalty again and trying to make some work, get it out.
I mean, penalty on White Noise is not that low either. I mean, 32 is a penalty that is kind of high. It's kind of in the mid. But White Noise actually has some control right now, so they can work off their penalty and get some more points, getting them a little closer to the lead against Squidding Good while they only have 5 points left with a high penalty. But they don't seem to be getting anywhere right now because they're kind of suppressed in their base, and they really have to rely on special usage right now, like the Zipcaster and the Trizuka and the Tri-Strike.
Great.
And just as we speak, White Noise actually got the penalty off, but now they got it again. I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
That wipe is so big for Squidding Good right now. They get full control back. They get to chip away at their penalty again. And with 1 minute and a half until the end of this game, that Kraken get away or not.
They just kind of decided to stay out of action. But that wall combo though, oh my god. Wait, is Squidding Good actually getting...
Yeah!
No, they're getting the KO! Oh my god.
2-1 for Squidding Good.
It's the match point. This is insane.
Squidding Good 1 game away from winning this whole tournament.
I mean, this is really close. Well, I mean, it's only 1 point left. They could, White Noise could really turn this around. Like, I've experienced it in low ink, where you just get like 2-0, and then the other team just kind of destroys you by using double splash.
I mean,
that's my experience at low ink.
Momentum is so important into these kind of rounds, especially a final where tensions can go very high. Right now, White Noise, they need to find the map mode on which they're the most comfortable, on which they can really stop Squidding Good's push forward, on which they can really feel good, secure it, get the winner, and get the confidence for Game 5, if they manage to get it.
Yeah, and with the next counter pick coming up, I feel like it's again really interesting to see. And it's going to be Splatzone's Manta. Now, while Splatzone's Manta has its flaws, I still think it's a great map. Even if that block is not there. Thank you, Nintendo. Thank you for removing even more flanks.
Indeed, it's still a good map, especially with the variety of possibilities that you have with the grades, with different like it has such mixed up geometry. I really love being on this map.
I think so too, especially because the atmosphere is really cool. And while I feel like this map is not that good for Explo, especially because of the grades, I still think maybe Carbon could benefit here because of that one plat. Okay. Pat is kind of gone. He'll be back soon, I think. I'm just gonna take over for now, okay? Hello, Pat. You doing good, Pat?
Yes, I'm here. I'm back. Sorry, my Discord crashed.
It's okay.
I'm back right in time for the game to start.
Yeah, and we just have the typical, comms with the double splash, Tetras, and C-Jet, and the Carbon V-Shot, Rip Off, T-Tech, and 96 Deco.
And that's Zuka taking away the Cribe right as you're opening up Orion, with the Tetras getting picked too. Squidding Good with a great way to open.
Yeah, and with that, Squidding Good takes over the lead, even if it's just kind of temporary because they actually lost control of the zone again. It's still really strong openings by both teams because they got a lot of picks and they gain a lot of map control, especially White Noise right now. And with that, using specials, they can just kind of extend their turf further and gain more control over this map and match in general.
White Noise right now with full control of mid, ready to send the Tetras, but the Tetras get their jumps, but can't buy a bomb. And
I mean, that's just kind of the best thing you could do to kind of camp a jump, even if it's kind of risky because the timing is really hard on this.
Yeah.
It seems like Squidding Good actually will be taking the lead eventually because they only have like 4 points left and it's really a 2v2 right now. And with that, Squidding Good takes the lead and the crab is being killed by that one tri-strike. That was beautiful. Was he just trying to get up to that one area? Did you see that?
I don't know. Wait, there's a secret spot up there?
I mean, you can just kind of go up there and just do a squid roll, and then there's like, you're on this one kind of stick, and you just stand on it.
Oh.
It's. I don't think it's functional. I don't think really it's practical, but it works.
I mean, Squidding Good right now, they are feeling it. They are doing it, but they have 2 down and they're still keeping their zone to their color, so...
Yeah, but White Noise is certainly not going down for the fight, even if they did use the crab tank, which was cancelled, but because of that non-existent end lag, the Splashmatic just won that 1v1. And the Carbon is actually the only one left, just kind of striking at that one point at the plat, and it's actually being cancelled out right now because Carbon can't really do that much without pain, and being alone, it doesn't really have a lot of pain.
Yeah, White Noise finally, again, in a good spot. That could be the lead if they manage to... that Meanwhile, the Tetras and the Carbon are fighting on the other side of the map.
Yeah, and the Kraken is just kind of trying to paint the zone. You see that? The Kraken was just trying to paint the zone. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's literally me using Kraken. They're fighting over this zone though.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
really don't want to go down right now. And while White Noise has the lead right now, Squidding Good does want to work down their penalty, even if it's really high. I mean, 47 of a penalty. Oh no, 53. They actually got countered out again, and now White Noise has control of this zone again.
White Noise with good control and Squidding Good. They have a minute and some to make up a push and really move in, but right now with 2 down, that's going to be very hard, and it's just 30 points away for White Noise.
Yeah, especially because that one Carbon just got kind of picked out, and now they don't really have a weapon that is really good on close combat, except for the rip-off T-Tech. But White Noise actually seems to be getting the KO right now. Oh my god, it's 2-2. We're going into the tiebreaker for the finale. That's huge.
Get ready, everybody. It is time for Game 5.
It's thinking time.
And Squidding Good with a small edge because they get to counter pick. But both these teams are in a very good spot, and both these teams are good on every map mode. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
At this level, you are good everywhere. So let's see what's gonna happen.
The last counter pick for this tournament, and just the last match in general for this tournament.
Yep.
This is going to be really exciting because depending on whether they are good on this map right now could literally decide everything. So that's really something they want to look out for, and I feel like the stress would be killing me. Like, this is such immense emotional damage.
I mean, we are talking about really good players, and I bet that this is not the first finals for any of these players.
Emotion damage. Yeah, but you're right, and I feel like discussing that counter pick right now is also gonna take some time because, again, this is the finale and the teams really have to think about what they're gonna pick. And this could, I mean, this will decide everything.
Hey, we'll see. It's in Squidding Good's hands.
They still haven't decided. Let's just kind of chill and prepare for this intense moment of a finale for Squidding Good against White Noise. I'm really excited to see who is going to win because both these teams have shown exceptional work in this tournament so far. I mean, Squidding Good, just your typical, really strong team, and the hell? Rainmaker Eeltail.
Yep. Rainmaker
The only map, the only mode that wasn't hit by this obnoxious nerf of getting its stairs removed is the counter pick.
Yep.
That's disappointing. Nah, I'm just kidding.
It is time.
The tiebreaker.
Final game of tonight. Squidding Good and White Noise. They are keeping what works. They know what they want to do. They've known what they wanted to do for this whole tournament. We don't see much comp change.
And I mean, both teams just really stuck to their comms. I mean, we have that 196 Echo, which is kind of could cheese the Rainmaker because it's got Kraken. And we got that C-Jet on the side of White Noise, just kind of giving some really good pain output and also some range that is really lacking in both of these comps. and just giving some overall more pain, especially because of the rain.
And right now, White Noise with the Rainmaker should have 3 down for Squidding Good. It's just the Kraken, the last one standing. Panencock should be able to get that checkpoint unless... But I really should not talk too soon before things happen, because they never happen then.
Yeah, and now it's a splash 1v1, while people are jumping to the splash on White Noise. They were just kind of fighting over who's gonna pop the Rainmaker, even though it's not gonna make a difference because it's both splash. So they were just fighting over nothing until the teammates were jumping to the splash of White Noise. And they actually got the checkpoint really early to the game, which is really strong. The chat was just kind of doing the, you know, why do I keep forgetting words? Kind of distracting, yeah, that was the word.
Yeah.
I know how to speak.
Speaking is hard.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. And Porky right now with the Kraken doing so much inside enemy territory but getting punished right after 2 down. For Squidding Good, they're not gonna be able to push with that. Unless no, they're not gonna
Unless, no. No, but I also was gonna think that the Tetris were gonna pick off the Rainmaker, but that actually sadly didn't happen. So Squidding Good didn't really have their counter push right here, which doesn't really mean anything right now because we still have 2 minutes and 42 seconds left on the clock, so they still have time to turn this around and eventually get the win. While White Noise just kind of tries to get some more points, which also is really good for them.
Yeah, but almost a wipe of Squidding Good right now. It's just Gecko trying to stay alive with that carbon, trying to get the picks now with the Zuka, but well, that's not gonna happen. And White Noise always so close. White Noise always so close from bringing that Rainmaker just further ahead, but getting picked by one flanker, one player that's still there. But they keep moving forward.
Yeah, they got some really good points right now, and Squidding Good is just kind of being countered out. Especially that Splash is just kind of doing a really great job of staying kind of hidden and flanking from behind, even if they just jump it out.
Yeah.
And I can understand why, because Squidding Good seems to be pushing in right now, even if they don't really gather any Rainmaker points yet.
Squidding Good, they need to change something right now in the middle of the game, because this has been so painful for them. They have been on the ropes all time long and they still haven't scored a single point with the Rainmaker. And that's it now.
And we just kind of saw the Tetris really stalling this out because the Rainmaker just kind of had to move back, and you know, the Tetris were just kind of focusing on them and kind of following them, and that just kind of didn't really give Squidding Good that much time to react to that and get some, you know, counter to that Tetris. I mean, they do have 7 points, but that is still not enough, and White Noise is doing everything they can to keep the lead right now, as they do want to win this tournament, of course.
And Squidding Good trying to push for the bridge, but so easy to punish by Orion. That's gonna get punished too, but that's Tetris. Tetris are made to be punished.
Yeah. And the C-Jet actually going more aggressive now, sadly being punished by the 96 Deco because, I mean, 2-shot weapon, you know? With the 96 actually getting countered out too, and the Tetris getting the Rainmaker with fall-offs, really beautiful.
And with just 2 seconds left, Squidding Good, they have to grab the Rainmaker now, in a hurry, and they need a huge push, because they need to get that checkpoint, and then some.
Yeah, no, this really has to be coordinative enough, because they really can't rush it right now, even if they do have a strict time limit on dunking the Rainmaker and getting the lead. The Rainmaker is actually being kind of pressured out by the crab, and there are 2 people down on the side of Squidding Good, really not giving them that much time, but they actually get to dunk the Rainmaker and pop it once again, to actually have some sight of hope to get the lead.
They have so close.
No, oh my god, because of 2
Wow.
points, Squidding barely lost this. This was such an intense match, mixed with so much fighting and just so much special use, and really confliction we saw between the two teams. And in the end, this win goes to White Noise.
Yeah, by a hair, White Noise wins this game, this round, and the whole tournament. Congratulations to White Noise for winning Pad League Pool 207.
Yeah, really congratulations. That was a really strong match.
Whew. That was quite the tournament. Where can people find you, Spy?
You can find me on Twitter at DrSpyLOL. No, I don't play League of Legends. I just thought it was funny. Yeah, that's just really where I talk the most about Splatoon and just kind of, do funny stuff. Now, where can people find you, Pat?
And you can find me on Twitter at PatOrTom. And that's just us. I guess that's the tournament. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, it was really great to commentate. And we'll see you during the next paddling pool, or actually, I'm gonna commentate the Dragon Cup 2 on Friday. Let's go. I'm really excited for it. And yeah, we'll see you there. Goodbye.